underneath the cupboard.
The other day.
Underneath the cupboard.
It's not there.
It's in that big plastic container.
Legislators, can you hear us on the hybrid?
I could hear you just now. Before that, no.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. The November 12th, 2025 meeting of the Monroe County Legislature will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the room?
Ms. Barnhart. Ms. Barnhart is present. Ms. Bartholomew McCoy is excused. Mr. Baines. Mr. Baines is present. Mr. Blankley. Mr. Blankley is present. Ms. Bonnick. Ms. Bonnick is present. Mr. Brew. Mr. Brew is present. Mr. Burgess. Here. Mr. Burgess is present. Mr. Chardy. Mr. Chardy is present. Mr. Colby. Here. Mr. Colby is present. Mr. Cruz.
Presente.
Mr. Cruz is present. Ms. Zavaki Hoffman.
Present.
Ms. Zavaki Hoffman is present. Mrs. DeFlorio. Mr. Dondorf.
Nope.
Mr. Dondorfer is present. Mrs. DeFlorio. Mrs. DeFlorio is present. Mr. Frazier. Mr. Frazier is present. Ms. Hasman.
Here.
Ms. Hasman is present. Ms. Hugh Smith. Ms. Hugh Smith is present. Mr. Johns. Mr. Johns is present. Mr. Keller. Mr. Keller is present. Mr. Long. Mr. Long is present. Mr. Mafucci. Mr. Mafucci is present. Mr. McCabe. Mr. McCabe is present. Ms. McIntyre. Ms. McIntyre is present. Mr. Milne. Mr. Milne is present. Mr. Morris. Mr. Morris is present. President Roman.
Here.
President Roman is present. Mr. Sinclair. Mr. Sinclair? You're muted.
Muted.
Here.
There we go. Mr.
right.
Sinclair is present. Ms. Smith. Ms. Smith is present. Ms. Vasquez Simmons. Ms. Vasquez Simmons is present. Mr. Udelson. Mr. Udelson is present.
Okay, thank you. I know that today is a little all over the place due to construction, so I'm just gonna ask, is Pastor Michael here in the gallery? No? Okay, well, thank you. Oh. No, okay. So with that being said, we will take a moment of silence in prayer. Okay, thank you all. Now please stand as Legislator Vasquez Simmons will now lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Please remain standing. Without objection, we will take agenda item number 29 out of the regular agenda order. Agenda item number 29 is moved by legislator Udelson and seconded by legislator Brew, expressing regret of the Monroe County Legislature on the recent passing of Joel A. Morris, father of Monroe County Legislator Kirk Morris.
Expressing regret of the Monroe County Legislature on the recent passing of Joel A. Morris, father of Monroe County Legislator Kirk Morris. Be it resolved that the Monroe County Legislature hereby expresses its deepest sympathy at the recent passing of Joel A. Morris, father of Monroe County Legislator Kirk Morris. And whereas Joel A. Morris passed away peacefully on October 26th, 2025 at the age of 84. And whereas Joel was born January 8th, 1941 in Rochester, New York. After graduating from Old Edison Tech High School with a specialty in lithography, he began a remarkable 41-year career with Case Hoyt as a lithographer, where he rose to the position of first pressman and earned the nickname the Barn Boss. Even when offered management positions, Joel chose to remain alongside his fellow pressmen, choosing solidarity over title. Following his retirement, he served his community in grease animal control and as an in-house delivery man for town departments. And whereas Joel also served proudly in the New York Army National Guard, earning medals for service and aid for civil authorities, and as an expert with the M1 rifle. He was a member of the American Legion and was nominated to the National Rifle Association's Legion of Honor. His military service and continued community involvement reflected a lifelong devotion to duty and country. And whereas in 1967, Joel married the love of his life, Mary Lou Donofrio. Together, they shared 58 years of partnership, laughter, and unwavering devotion, raising 4 children and building a family grounded in love, hard work, and generosity. Joel took great joy in family gatherings, camping trips, and simple evenings surrounded by those he loved most. His home was always filled with warmth, humor, and good food, from his famous ribs and apple pies to his homemade hot sauce. And whereas Joel A. Morris was predeceased by his parents, Jane and George Morris, he is survived by his devoted wife, Mary Lou Morris, his beloved children, Alan, Kirk, and Wendy, Janine and Lee, and Keith and Shirley, 7 grandchildren, 1 great-grandchild, and many more friends and family. He will be remembered as a devoted husband, loving father, loyal friend, and tireless provider. His humor, integrity, and selflessness touched everyone who knew him, and he will be missed by all. Be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby requested to forward a copy of this resolution to the bereaved family. This resolution was adopted unanimously with each legislator rising in his or her place for a moment of silence.
Our deepest condolences, Legislator Morris. Okay, your copies of day 10, October 14th, 2025 is available through Novus Agenda. Without exception, this journal will stand approved as submitted. We'll now move on to the referral submitted to the legislature for the next committee cycle, and they are also available on Novus Agenda as well as online. Due to construction, there are no proclamations scheduled this evening. I will now recess. Hold on. I have to wait. Yep. We have to wait a few minutes in order to recess the legislature to hold a public hearing. Public hearing is set for 6:15 p.m.
That clock is wrong, yes.
Do not look at that clock.
What? It's 6:10 right now. You have to wait till 6:15.
I can call a 5-minute recess at this time and we'll be back at 6:15. If folks want to get up. I will now. Want to turn me on? Will now, hello, good evening. We will now reconvene the meeting of the legislature to, hello, we'll now reconvene the meeting of the legislature to recess the legislature to hold this public hearing. I now declare open the public hearing entitled Authorizing Lease Amendment by Negotiation with Rochester Community Baseball, Inc. to serve as county's marketing agent for stadium naming rights and an amendment to continue to provide Wi-Fi at the stadium, adopting 2026 to 2031 CIP, Capital Improvement Program.
No one is registered for this public hearing this evening.
Okay, there being none, I declare this public hearing closed. The November 12th, 2025 meeting of the legislature is reconvened. There are no formal committee reports scheduled this evening. Therefore, we'll now hold the public forum. Thank you to everyone who has signed up for the public forum. We ask that everyone maintain decorum during this time. Will not tolerate any disruptions during the meeting from the gallery. Warning will be issued before a deputy will be asked to remove you from the gallery. We do have several people registered to address legislature. Mr. Curlick.
If you require assistance, a deputy is available to assist you in approaching the lectern. I will call 3 people forward at one time. Each speaker will have 2 minutes in which to address the legislature. Please do not bring up any signs or props. Do not single out any legislator, and please conclude when the buzzer sounds. And thank you for your cooperation. Our first 3 speakers are Paul Frisella, Keith Farrell, and Izal Harris.
Good. Yep, that's fine.
Good evening. My name is Keith Farrell. I'm proud to represent the dedicated men and women of the Rochester Airport Firefighters, IAFF Local 1636. We started negotiations earlier this year, and we are pleased that we have to announce that we have reached a fair and successful contract agreement with Monroe County. This agreement is recognition of the work we do each day to protect the traveling public, airport employees, and our community. Our unit ratified the agreement unanimously. 3 years ago, I stood up here and spoke to this body seeking a vote in favor of our last agreement, and tonight I am asking the same. I want to thank County Executive Bello, the HR team, the airport director, and for their professionalism, openness, and willingness to work together in good faith. This process was not easy by no means, but there was always respect at the bargaining table and an open dialogue to get the job done. There is a provision in this agreement that really showed compassion from the county. Earlier this year, one of our members passed away due to a stroke. Without hesitation, Director Gazzetta and Scott Walsh made certain that his widow and son would have full health care coverage until an agreement was reached. This was one of our first priorities, and we now have a section of our contract we never had before, which protects the widows and their families in the event of an untimely tragedy. To the members of this legislature, we respectfully ask you to support and vote in favor of this contract. Your approval will ensure stability for our department, help us continue to recruit and retain skilled firefighters, allowing us to focus on what we do best, keeping the airport and our community safe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On behalf of Local 1636, thank you for your time, your partnership, and continued support of the Rochester Airport firefighters. We look forward to continuing to serve with pride and professionalism. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's your 30 copies.
Right here.
Good evening. My name is Azell Harris. Straight and to the point. I am alleging official misconduct, if not outright criminal behavior, at the Monroe County Medical Examiner's Office. Recently, a homicide victim was retrieved from the medical examiner's office. Upon arrival at the funeral home, it was learned that both the eye globes, the balls of the decedent were missing. They could only have been removed by a pathologist at the medical examiner's office. The victim was not an organ donor. And since the nature of the victim's death and the injuries had absolutely nothing to do with his eyes, why were the eye globes removed? Is there organ harvesting taking place at the Monroe County Examiner's Office without the families being notified? I am asking the county executive, Adam Ballos, to launch a full investigation into this allegation. And let me be clear, although legally I have to frame this as an allegation, but it's not. This is a fact. I am the owner operator of the Greater Rochester Area Mortuary Transport Service. I offer a service to area funeral homes and retrieving bodies. You might have saw my hearse out on Pitcher Street. I have a close relationship with several licensed funeral directors, so I'm in a position to know. In fact, I start school in January to become a licensed funeral director. In closing, to add emphasis, for any Monroe County medical examiner's pathologist to remove organs from a homicide victim that is not related to the decedent's cause of death, and the decedent was not an organ donor, this act is seen as a violation of the inherent dignity and memory of the deceased person. Further, desecration of a human remains is a serious criminal offense in most jurisdictions and often classified as a felony and can lead to Monroe County into a lawsuit. Therefore, all of you have been informed. And so please get that packet and see it. I'm being very serious about this. Thank you for allowing me to speak today.
Thank you.
Our next three speakers are Rebecca Johnson, Ellen Nakikian, and Kit Miller.
Good evening. My name is Rebecca Johnson. I'm here to ask you to withdraw support for Avelo Airlines' presence at our airport until Avelo stops flying deportation flights for ICE. When Avelo came to Rochester in 2023, we welcomed a low-cost airline. But I'm sure you were as appalled as I was to learn that this past May, Avelo began operating deportation flights that operate without due process and sweep up not only dangerous undocumented folks, but peaceful folks, legal residents, and even U.S. citizens. That revelation changes everything about our relationship with this airline. Avelo's own flight attendants unions say Avelo's deportation flights regularly violate FAA safety rules. Most importantly, detainees shackled hand and foot are almost impossible to evacuate safely in case of emergency, which endangers passengers and crew alike. And although flight attendants were told participation would be voluntary, many have been assigned to these flights against their will. That's a betrayal of worker safety and basic decency. New York gives Avelo a fuel tax exemption. I'm here not only because I'm a human being, but because my tax dollars are helping subsidize these inhumane flights. We are all being made complicit, and we must speak up. The contract with Avelo clearly states that it can be canceled without cause with 60 days notice. And it should be. Let's make it clear that the Frederick Douglass Airport will not support cruelty. Withdraw the county's support for Avelo Airlines until these deportation flights stop. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Nakikian, and I've lived in the South Wedge for 43 years. I'd like to thank all the legislators for your work. I appreciate it. As someone who cares very much about our community, I am here to express deep concerns about Avelo flying out of our airport. To discuss Avello, we need to discuss what ICE is doing, sending armed, masked men to drag people off the streets or from court appearances into unmarked cars and sometimes later unmarked planes. It is wrong and it is chilling. ICE is acting like a secret police. People they take have no due process rights. That is contrary to our Constitution, and it is not supposed to happen here. I'm focusing on ICE when talking about Avello because Avello is the only commercial airlines to have a contract with ICE to fly deportations. The only one. And why do they do it? Their CEO has admitted publicly that they need the contract to survive financially. So they're doing it for money. The problem is, it's blood money. When our airport rents Avello space, we are helping Avello financially, and thus we are complicit in their ICE deportations, human trafficking flights. It doesn't matter that they aren't flying the actual deportation flights out of our airport. That just makes it easier for us to ignore the fact that they're doing it because we don't have to see shackled people being herded onto planes on our tarmac. Why are we renting Avello space? For money, and it's convenient to have cheap nonstop flights. But financial profit and convenience are not good reasons to support human trafficking. We can do this. Let's stop being complicit in this unconstitutional, un-American, taking people off the streets and disappearing them. Our Frederick Douglass Airport needs to stop renting Avello space as long as they continue to fly ICE deportation flights. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kit Miller. It's nice to either see you or meet you. Thanks for the opportunity to speak and thank you for your work on behalf of the community. I'm a fourth generation Monroe County resident. 7 of my 8 great grandparents are buried off down Lake Avenue. And it's the first time I've come here to speak because of my concern for this issue. I'm also here to ask you to cancel the contract for Avello Airlines. I've had opportunities to go and work, live in other places, and I've stayed here because I think this part of the world has a really important role to play in the future. We're clearly going to be a place where people are going to need to be coming for climate reasons and other reasons. We're so blessed in this region. So what kind of civil society we have here in the future matters deeply to me when I think about all the kids, all the children that every one of us cares about. That's why I'm especially concerned about having Avello at the Frederick Douglass International Airport. So I'd like to ask you to get out in front of this and do the right thing. I can maybe just ask for a quiet show of hands from people in the back who are here on this issue. There's many more people downstairs also who weren't there because we're so crowded tonight. We will be back every month until, and basically continue to lovingly request this with all the force we can. We've been in touch with the Frederick Douglass family, and they're ready to come here also and ask you. We've collected over 2,000 signatures already, and we've had many people happy to sign it. We are starting with a media campaign. Basically, we're about to really make this a big issue in the community. So we came here tonight first to just ask you please to do the right thing. I don't want to do anything that polarizes this community. There's so many reasons for us to be working shoulder to shoulder with each other right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next 3 speakers are Stefan Cohen, Adam McFadden, and Tiffany Howard.
Hi, my name is Stephen Cohen. Thanks for the opportunity to address the legislature today. I recently retired as a history teacher in the Rochester City School District, and I'm very proud to have taught, and I presently live in the city that for decades, Frederick Douglass called home. It's the city where Douglass is buried. and it's from where he launched countless campaigns against injustice. I'm delighted that our county chose to commemorate his activism by renaming our airport in his honor. We are right to celebrate his fight against immoral national laws, laws that demanded the return of fugitive slaves, laws that limited the rights of women, laws that denied people basic civil and human rights. My question for us in our county and in our legislature is, are we willing to use the local power that we do have to follow his example? In our Monroe County Airport bearing Douglas's name, we are doing business with the only commercial airline that is contracted to fly deportation flights for ICE. You have heard from earlier speakers about the absence of due process or accountability in ICE's actions against our neighbors, and about the inhumane treatment of those being targeted and who are being deported on Avelo airline flights. This is an opportunity for us, for you as legislators, to show that our county's commitment to honor Douglas's legacy is not just a bunch of empty words. These deportation flights are not normal. They are not moral. And they violate our democracy's constitutional guarantees of due process and equal protection of the law. Frederick Douglass's exhortation to us was to agitate, agitate, agitate. He asserted that those who profess to favor freedom and yet depreciate agitation are men who want crops without plowing the ground. So I ask you as county legislators to agitate righteously in the spirit of our county airport's namesake, do what is right, and take the steps necessary to sever our county's airport's relationship with Avelo if it refuses to stop participating in what amounts to state-sanctioned human trafficking. I encourage you to show leadership and to be with Frederick Douglass on the right side of history. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Adam McFadden, caseworker at the Monroe County Children's Detention Center. Can I ask the staff of the detention center to stand with me in solidarity while I speak? We're here tonight just to ask the county to honor the current contract that we have with you guys. Article 33 of our contract, section 33.3 reads, the employees who are listed hereinafter who are employed by the Children's Center shall continue working a 4-2 will schedule. That's what's agreed to in our contract. We were called into an all-staff meeting last week and told that it was the intention of our leadership to break that contract and change our work schedule to a 5-2. I've handed in some handouts on a report I did talking about best practices in detention and corrections, supporting us staying in a 4-2 wheel because of PTSD, work-family life balance, and a number of other things. But more importantly, when we sign an agreement, we plan to stick to the agreement. We shouldn't have to come here and ask to stay with an agreement that we've already agreed upon. Just back in September, our own county exec said this about the sheriff's department. The Monroe County deputy sheriffs play a crucial and often unseen role in keeping our community safe. It was essential that we secure a fair contract for the brave men and women serving in our jails. Well, we serve in the detention center with the same population of people, just younger. Matter of fact, we stand in the gap between the community and some of our most violent children. And we don't have the same rules and regulation when it comes to engagement with the kids. We have to de-escalate with our words. We have a staff member here tonight who had his nose broken 2 weeks ago from a staff attack. So we ask that you just honor the contract. That's all we want. Just honor the contract. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us. I stand for representation of Children's Agenda. My name is Tiffany. I do pre-K. I've been there 20 years, and I'm speaking on behalf of parents that's struggling to keep a job due to childcare. I actually have a colleague who's struggling now to stay at work because of childcare is very expensive. We have the opportunity at my place of employment to get a discount if you don't receive childcare funding, but it's very important because you have some families that have to leave work early because their child is sick, and some of the supervisors don't play that. You can only have so much time, and then you lose your job because you don't have nobody to watch the children. So not only representing for my VIP family that's here, everybody across the world who's struggling with childcare, we will plead and ask you guys to sign that bill so that everybody, black, white, brown, pink, purple, is eligible for childcare so that they can further their educations. They can get a better paying job where it'll just be a temporary, for them to have assistance. And then they don't have to depend on that. But it's more people out here struggling than other people that truly, truly it's important that they need it. Thank you so much for your time and appreciate you guys having me this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next three speakers are Rosemary Irwin, Isabella Rosa, and Amy D'Amico.
Good evening. I am Rosemary Irwin. I am from the town of Brighton. And of all the news we have heard and lived through in 2025, I want to thank the Monroe County Legislature for serious, important things you have done. You passed 2 phases of the Climate Action Plan and hired a sustainability engineer and a climate action plan expert to ensure it is properly implemented. And you did not just cap the Gloria Drive landfill, but are studying the problem to create a sound, long-term methane solution. Our children will learn about handling food waste, and the $5,000 matching grant program you approved will involve them personally in actions which reduce our landfills. Just at a time climate change is enveloping the world in new unexpected challenges, you are anticipating and implementing solutions. This morning, I joined 5 volunteers from Color Penfield Green to remove garbage from Panorama Plaza, and I thought about how much of this garbage is food waste and how Monroe County's program can transform this into new, fresh, healthy soil. We have not experienced the kind of flooding my sister did in Valencia, Spain, nor the kind of out-of-control fires in Canada, which temporarily made Rochester air dangerous to breathe. Whatever comes, we are beginning to make every resource count. I read that our county produces 376,000 tons of food waste, and composting this turns it from a deficit into a valuable product. Supporting the implementation of the Climate Action Plan is the most important thing we can do for our community's future. So I ask that as you work through this implementation, you focus on what cost actually means. Money is the obvious thing we talk about. How long a solution takes to implement can be the difference between success and failure. This solution pays for itself, but first you need to pay to create it.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Isabel Rosa. I am the Community and Parent Advocacy Coordinator at the Children's Agenda. I'm here today to advocate for childcare services in our community. I would like to share that the Children's Agenda has a set of recommendations for this year's budget. Our recommendations for the Monroe County budget addresses the challenges and barriers parents face as it relates to receiving childcare support from the county. Our first recommendation is to establish a childcare assistance program contingency fund. Parents should have secure funding to ensure that childcare will remain ongoing Therefore, they can work ongoing. Priority 2, please adopt a 2-year contingency eligibility for childcare assistance instead of the 1 year that currently exists. The application process alone is challenging. And as you will hear today from some of our parents, a lot of time it results with no support. If the eligibility for childcare could go from 1 year to 2 years, this would reduce stress and secure employment for our parents for more than the 1 year that they have the secured childcare. So it would be very meaningful if that could be extended to 2 years. Our third recommendation is process childcare assistance program applications in a timely manner by increasing and boosting department staffing. It is very unfortunate how the community and parents go through a complicated long childcare application process, and many of them, unfortunately, the final result is no support. I'm also here to share that we have a total of 201 petitions signed. I have them here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share. And I also, I'm going to share also, I have copies of our recommendations as well. And thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Good evening. My name is Amy Diamico. I'm here to talk about the opioid settlement dollars. Monroe County has $18 million in hand, $6.6 million expected in opioid settlement funding. So far, I know that you've spent some of that funding on Narcan availability and on Delphi Rise open access. I believe these changes have reduced opioid deaths, and thank you for that. More needs to be done. We know it's the county's responsibility to take care of housing and other basic needs for county residents, all county residents. So when I say one of the things that could be spent with this opioid settlement dollars is housing for people with substance use disorder, I say so because I believe it is the county's responsibility to come up with housing for people who have this disease. Right now, 0 shelters allow people with drug paraphernalia inside the shelters because of OTDA rules. We know that. We also know that DHS will not place people in hotels when they have substance use disorder that's active because of overdose threats. So why not apartments where 2 to 4 people can cohabitate, where they can protect each other, case management services and support services can come in and care for them until they're ready to get treatment. Harm reduction housing is what I'm talking about. So I'm asking the county to issue an RFP with opioid settlement dollars and add to the good that you've already done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next 3 speakers are Maria Gonzalez, Lori Thomas, and Janelle Jamal Wally.
Hi, my name is Maria Gonzalez. I come every month, no paper, no agenda, no nothing. But I'm real upset about the elections, okay? Nobody want to talk about it, but I do, because I feel betrayed, all right? When it comes to equality, I'm voting, and every information that a person has to get is when the person for mayor is running. Doesn't matter if it's an independent, Democrat, or Republican. Name and mentions are supposed to be on TV, radio station, so people know who are they voting for. Doesn't matter if the first candidate is Mayor Evan. I'm sorry about that, okay? But the quality is that everybody have the rights to use media, radio station, not only one person, not let the other person come out and use the media. Okay? That's fraudulent, especially for voting. Okay? And if you see it the way you want to see it, this election was fraudulent. Okay? Because nobody told anybody about the independence people who would have to sign their name in for voting and stuff like that. So for the fourth year, myself, I'm going to make sure that what the mayor promised in there is going to be committed. Because I'm telling you, 4 more years of sorriness. Okay? And I'm sorry to say it. Okay? I am mad because all the voters didn't get an equality. Okay? Nobody knew independence, how much they got for the voting. Did somebody vote for them or not? Okay? That's not an equal right. Okay? So when you come to see that a 10-year-old tell you, Grandma, what happened? What you going to say? No equality. Thank you.
Thank you. Amen. Yeah, you can start. Good evening. In October, Channel 8 reported an altercation occurring at 519 West Ridge Road. It was later changed to East Ridge Road. In the pictures presented, you can see that, and they're presented on the packets that I left, you can see that the property shown where the altercation occurred is at 519 Ridge Road. 519 Ridge Road is on the Rochester property information page, but it doesn't exist. However, 501 East Ridge Road is the same property as 519 East Ridge Road. The Monroe County Real Property Site listed the property address as 511 East Ridge Road, which was paying taxes to the town of Arundecoit. And according to tax records, has been doing so since 2004, when it was listed as a neighborhood shopping center with a value of $906,700. In 2010, its land use was changed from neighborhood shopping center to one-use small building, and the value lowered to $850,000. Tax payments for 501 East Ridge Road to the city of Rochester were assessed at $5,000 with a tax amount of $171.68. Tax payments were made to the town of Arundecoit for the property located at 511 East Ridge Road since 2014 for over $20,000 a year. They're the same property. I found that the property located at 461 East Ridge Road was also paying their taxes to Arundecoit to the tune of $590,454.93. for a combined total of $856,468.47 in tax revenue for two properties that are within Rochester's borders but are paying taxes to Arundecoit. Everything about this dubious situation is questionable. My immediate questions are, why is Rochester losing nearly $1 million a year in tax revenue to Arundecoit? Why are these properties supporting Arundecoit services and schools? And what benefit is this transaction to Monroe County? Though I may not receive answers to my questions, I rarely do, I am comfortable knowing that you know that I know corruption exists in Monroe County, and it works with the city of Rochester to make money for the wealthy by taking money from the poor. Thank you. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for your time. Appreciate your time. My name is Gino Jamal Wali. I'm a community organizer with Citizens Action of New York, and I'm here to say that I am a grandfather of 2, a father of 3, and that gives me approximately about 30 years worth of experience of education and childcare experience. I've witnessed in firsthand the lack of funding and the lack of assistance that has been given to my loved ones, their loved ones, that prevented them from having adequate childcare and proceeding through the system. With that said, I want to say that Citizens Action stand 10 toes down in solidation with the children's agenda, and that I will reiterate the demands and ask that you pass these demands that we are pushing. Thank you. First priority, establishing the Child Care Assistance Program contingency funding. Second, adopt 2-year continuous eligibility for child care assistance. And the third, process child care assistance program applications in a timely manner by increasing or boosting the department staff. Again, we ask you to pass these demands as swiftly as possible for our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next three speakers are Diane Tanner, Kevin Lockhart, and Teresa Velasquez.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Diane Tanner. I'm a grandmother, great-grandmother, and I'm here with the Children's Agenda, very invested parent. The reason why I am here, I was one of the lucky ones. My grand and great-grand didn't have to have daycare because I was able to provide for them. But I know there's so many other families and parents, even guys that has to, work and the mother has to stay home to take care of kids because of the child care. I have a great grandbaby right now. I'm picking her up from preschool because her parents, they both work. So when the mother went down to the county to see if she's eligible for daycare and everything, she made like maybe $6, $7 more than what they allowed it. But thank God she have a grandparent or she has aunts and uncles that can pick her up. I just want to go over the priorities again. For the county, establish that program and put that fund, you put funds everywhere else. Adopt a 2-year continuous eligibility. They go to work for a year and then the next year they don't know if they're going to have daycare or not. Number 3, process daycare assistant program in a timely manner. I have 4 children, 3 daughters, 1 son. When I was growing up and everything like that, my mother was the daycare. She did daycare till she was 85 years old. Every 3-6 months, you got to go down there to recertify and take time off from work and stuff. And my mother, I lived upstairs over her and everything. And so I was one of the lucky ones with my children. But I know there's numerous parents here today that they want to work, but they can't work because they have to have trusted daycare. And then when they get the daycare, they got to take so much out of their paycheck to pay the daycare worker. And then come to find out the county's not going to cover it. So I'm here standing just for our village. We have a village. The Children's Agenda have a village. The very invested parents. I not only come down here to the county, I go down to the state and everywhere else. I'm on different coalitions. But I just want y'all to know daycare is so important and our babies are so important. Thanks for allowing me to share that with you.
Thank you.
Hello, Monroe County Legislatures. My name is Kevin Lockhart. First of all, thank you, ICE. Thank you, Avelo Airlines, for putting our citizens first. Also, the County Medical Examiner's Office needs to be investigated for organ harvesting. We need to put our citizens first and not concede to the bullies in the anti-ICE movement. 5 weeks ago, I filed a complaint against a legislator for official misconduct. This is the complaint. It's 5 pages long. And the ethics review is completed. Now the legislature president, who I'm calling on today, needs to complete the investigation with a sense of urgency to determine what misconduct occurred in the riot event on September 9th at the pre-coordinated, premeditated ICE obstruction event that resulted in 4 tires being slashed by protesters. Secondly, there are real priorities in Monroe County. The city is at war. There's been 350 casualties from homicide in Monroe County and Rochester in particular in the last 5 years. It's an all-out war. There's voter suppression that is very, very serious here in the legislature. And this legislature has become sick and twisted. You have become agents of chaos, no longer asking for sympathy, but rather demanding compliance. A series of nonprofits recruited and trained members prior to the riot on September 9th. They organized with this legislature with the intent to exercise mob justice, and a legislator celebrated the unlawful assembly that was a riot. We have a right to peacefully assemble. It was premeditated, and now the county needs to act with a sense of urgency to investigate legislators who participate in unlawful assemblies. Was that too?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Y'all gotta bear with me. I've been shining all day. But this is very important to me. And I was gonna have somebody speak on my behalf, but I need to speak. My name is Teresa Velasquez, and I'm here representing the Children's Agenda and all of our single mothers and fathers who are struggling with childcare. My personal experience with Monroe childcare has been both frustrating and exhausting. I was working full-time before. I was denied due to paperwork that wasn't turned in. After tirelessly trying to locate the receipt that I didn't in fact turn in the paperwork, I ended up giving up. Eventually, I lost my job. We all know with no paper trail, no proof, honestly ask one another, what more can we do? Now that I'm currently not working, it's gonna be impossible for me to get childcare, let alone be able to go back to work with my 2 kids. Childcare can really change my life. My children can be safe and learn while I'm working. This would really be a real dream come true. And I thank everybody for their time, and you have a blessed night.
Thank you.
Our next 3 speakers are Joe Gersitz, Christia Miller, and Kelly Cheadle.
My name is Joe Gersitz. I have lived in Monroe County for 70 years. I've composted, gardened, and I want to talk about the importance of composting and its use in our county. In the year 2006, the federal government supplied $800,000 for the Riga landfill. This legislature provided 8 or 900,000, pardon me, $8 or $9 million for the Riga landfill. And the idea was to use it for trash and that no tree leaves. However, that is differently applied in different units, towns, villages, and the city. And I'm here to promote a program that would require each unity of town, village, city to have its own program of composting or keeping fallen tree leaves within their borders. It's $8 million of your money, so it's time that we have not a uniform program in each town or village, but their own program to dispose of their fallen leaves every year. I thank you for listening to me and for hopefully some soon response to this. Thank you.
Thank you. Either one of you.
Last January, volunteers counted 80 unhoused individuals who were outside and unsheltered in Monroe County. 80. That's nearly twice as many as the year before. Now, volunteers are doing what we can do to do outreach, collecting supplies, making connections. Last night, I was counting out the winter hats that we've collected. I thought I was just tallying donations until I realized I was really counting people. We had 4, 5, 6 fatalities last week in Monroe County due to drug overdose. 12, 13. There was a 13% increase in homelessness in 2024, and that was before Trump started trashing the economy. 2021. Last year, the county averaged 21 calls per day for emergency shelter. 32, 33. Around 1/3 of our population lives below the poverty line. 39, 40. 40%. That's how much rent has gone up since 2020. 44, 45. Overdose is the leading cause of death for unhoused people under the age of 45. 51, 52. We are now up to about 52 encampments in the county of Monroe. 59, 60. Being unhoused raised the risk of death by 60%. 65, 66. The county is getting another $6.6 million in opioid settlement funds, while $18 million goes unused. 79, 80. Project Haven, which provided low barrier shelters, had 80 beds. They lost their funding last year. Soon you will have nearly $25 million in opioid settlement funds available. We need low barrier shelters, supportive housing, and an overdose prevention center. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chrissy Miller. I'm a VIP through the Children Agenda. I'm here to talk about childcare. Myself needs childcare. I have a child that's autistic. Don't have no childcare at all. Can't go out and work like I want to. Have to have a schedule around him. While he's at school, I have to try to work at home. But that's not enough. I need to go out here to work. I am a family peer advocate. I need to work. I can't do that because I don't have the support of childcare. The only way I can get the support is by having childcare for my son. The only way I can do that is one, because I don't trust the childcare. Somebody watching my kid in childcare. I'd rather have my family members to watch my child, to get paid through childcare. So I'm asking everyone to support our families that's in need of childcare. Support myself and others that have autistic children and children all over, really. I'm just going to say it like that need childcare. We are kids, people that wants to work and cannot work because one, we worry. Two, like the other lady up here just said, she just lost her job and she needs childcare. Do you understand that we're struggling? It's not easy as single parents that's out here struggling, that needs help with child care, people to watch our children so we can go out and work. So please, I'm asking you, please, 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 to pass this bill, not just for me, but pass the bill for all of our families that's in need. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next three speakers are Tiana Johnson, Travis Smith, and Edgardo Pabon.
Yes. You can go, yeah. No rules ain't like that. Good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for being here, for being involved with your community. You know, it's interesting. I just did a quick interview with Channel 10 before I came in here, and I mentioned how I had to turn down a job position because I didn't have childcare. Well, that job was the county detention center. I did not know that they would be here tonight. But it's so interesting that when the county moved from where Costco now sits out to Rush, there were so many positions open. I would have been, had I had childcare, to get into one of those positions, but I had to remain per diem. Because I remained per diem, I then had to remain in poverty. We just heard the stat, 1/3 of our city is in poverty. So I had to remain in poverty. I had to remain in the low income housing that I was in because I couldn't go up. Lack of childcare is what also added to the tension in my home that I spoke of last month, because my 17-year-old then had to watch my 8-year-old. Well, that created tension. I had to seek out fact. And then everything else happened. The CPS stuff happened, you know, and I'm now sitting here being stigmatized, not being allowed to advocate for my children in a school setting, which is what the handout is that I gave you guys. I had a very troubling experience at a school board meeting last week with the Greece school board meeting, school board president. It ended okay, but it's troubling that I'm experiencing all of this due to the stigma from that CPS investigation, and ultimately what started way back when I was not able to get that full-time position at the county detention center. Had I gotten that, I would have been, you know, okay, great benefits. You guys know what the benefits are. Like, we would not be in the situation that we're in now. So along with what the damage that I spoke of last month, and considering the fact that I wouldn't even be in this situation had I had childcare to be able to get that position, we would be in a better place. We need to do something about these childcare subsidies. We need to do something about CPS. I appreciate the light that's on it now, but I'm hoping that we could take it a lot further going forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Travis Smith. I'm currently employed at the CDC. I'm here in representation of my fellow co-workers. Hello, everyone. There has been a collective bargaining agreement made between the CDC and the union that represent me. All right. As an employee with the CDC has been threatened on the basis of changing our work schedule from a 4-2 will to a 5-2. The impact that we make with the children that come before us in the facility is great, and the overturn rate is great. I'm all against anyone who feel that they have the right to violate a contract, a binding contract that I signed and came on board when I filled my application and I applied for the job. In Article 33, Section 3, binding by both parties signing off, stating that the employees will have a 4-2 will, and it would not be changed. But several days ago, we had a meeting, and the threat of changing our work week and our hours without an increase or a new agreement has been made upon us. The date that was given was November 22nd, which is right around the corner. The psychological bearing that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, dealing with the children that
I'm
come
gonna
to
ask
the
you have to
facility.
wrap up.
Huh?
You have to wrap up. That's what the beeping was.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, a mental health day was in implemented. So that means adding an extra day will
Erase that.
have to take a whole nother assessment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Evening.
My name is Edgardo Pabon, and I'm speaking today not only on behalf of myself, but my fellow colleagues that work at the Monroe County Children's Detention Center. I stand before you to tell you I've had the pleasure of working there for 4 years. And to tell you what, I love the fact that we have a job that has purpose. Me and my fellow colleagues that are standing before you today have the chance to take one young lady, one young man out of the streets for good. And that's our hope. In order to do so, we need to remain at our best. With the sudden schedule change that's been forced upon us, we are currently working on 4 days on, 2 days off, which allows a fair working schedule for everybody, regardless of seniority. In order to be at our optimal best, we need to keep the schedule of 4 days on and 2 days off. I stand before you to ask help for the county to keep the schedule, because we understand the importance of safety and security. As this new building opens up, we will house double the residents. We understand that we may work longer days, but it is important that we could work the same amount of days to be at our best in case coverage is not there. With the sudden changes, we could lose 10 to 15% of our staff and have this remain very unsafe for us. Our mental capacity is very important, not only for the residents of the county, but for our fellow coworkers, for our safety, and not only that, to be able to come back to our families the same way we came back in. I ask for the county to please help us. Let our voices be heard, as we have been forced on the 22nd to work this new schedule. And I just want to say thank you for allowing our voices to be heard.
Thank you.
Our next 3 speakers are Michael Wilk, Dr. Lisa Barr, and Christina Chrisman.
My name is Mike Wilkie. I'm actually a member of Colored Penfield Green, and I'm also talking about composting. Composting diverts organic material from landfill and turns it into valuable product that can be used to replenish, stabilize soil, as well as reduce the need for chemical fertilizers, and it can help pull carbon out of the atmosphere. Compost can reduce the amount of trash by at least 30%. San Francisco has reduced its amount of organic trash sent to landfills by 80% and composts over 250,000 tons of organics every year. Vermont's universal recycling law has banned organics from landfills for 2020. Composting creates a robust and sustainable agricultural system. According to the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization, topsoil in the United States is eroding 9 times faster than the rate it's being replaced. Composting can replenish nutrients, restore fertility in the soil, and allow the soil to absorb more water and reduce erosion. Composting organics can help plants and organisms grow, actually pulling carbon out of the atmosphere, whereas organic waste in landfills produces methane gas, which is 56% more potent than carbon dioxide. Landfills are the nation's third largest contributor to methane emissions. Compost can be used to replace chemical fertilizers, which produce nitrous oxide, which is 310 times more potent than carbon dioxide when released into the atmosphere. Also, chemical fertilizers wash into our lakes and streams and create harmful algae blooms and contaminate shellfish, fish, and other organisms. I just say composting is not a responsibility, but beneficial to all of us. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name's Lisa Barr. I'm a proud resident of the 19th Ward. I want to thank all of you public servants who served during these troubled times. And I believe you had a member of your legislature just libel tonight, and I hope that you will ban that speaker from ever again addressing. It was identifiable. As you determine how to spend the remaining tobacco funds, please remember these tobacco dollars were so hard fought for. The Clinton administration aid to the state's attorney's general team helped launch the DOJ RICO case against Big Tobacco. The Clinton administration also made it possible for CBS News to land the facts of the case, a Moby Dick of a story. The fact patterns part of the case brought tobacco dollars to localities. Before that, generations of journalists had chased the story of Big Tobacco purposely lying about its efforts to addict, even after they knew they were slowly killing customers, like my late father, with falsified claims. There were also evidence they knew they needed ever more new and increasingly younger customers and studied ways to hook children on their increasingly toxic product. With the help of $600 million yearly in retainers to Ken Starr's Kirkland & Ellis law firm, Big Tobacco intimidated journalism outlets. They hid documents in warehouses, witnesses on islands to dodge discovery until case after case timed out. Ken Starr did the same to help get his client Jeffrey Epstein off the hook in the Florida prosecution. So it's dirty money, it's blood money, these tobacco dollars. What better way to purify them than to spend it the way of the scriptures which Christians say they study? Consider the Beatitudes. That's basically what the grants past resistance people and other advocates for the poor are asking you to do with these funds. As you drive your children and grandchildren around Monroe County, they can see we are failing our fellow humans. Please act like FDR, LBJ, Joe Biden, Democrats, and use your majority power to help the poor with these funds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Christina Crispin. I'm here as the president of the Federation of Social Workers. Our members work in various departments throughout Monroe County, mostly in the Department of Human Services. Here to talk to you tonight about a couple of things. First of all is our overtime. So we represent members that work in the financial care path division, as well as Child and Family Services and the detention center. In the Child and Family Services division and the financial care path, we have held strong in that we have a 35-hour work week. It's been, we've always had that. We've never moved to a 40-hour work week. It's something that our members have always held fast and strong, that we work 35 hours. The first 5 hours between 35 and 40, we work a lot of overtime, is generally offered as paid overtime. Generally, it's like that all the time, except for a couple of months, August, September, when comp time is offered because of budget difficulties. This year, as usual, we moved to the comp time during August, but the paid overtime has not returned. More and more employees are choosing not to take on the overtime. They don't want to work comp. They're instead moving to working second jobs to make up for that lost income. Our large vacancy rates make overtime vital in order for our cases to be processed and investigated timely. Our workers serve the most vulnerable populations. They can't afford to wait for the processes and the cases to be processed. We're talking about people who are hungry, people who are homeless, people who are depending on temporary assistance benefits. Also, children that are at risk, adults that are at risk in our community. We're asking that paid overtime be reinstated and that in this next budget cycle, you fully invest again in human services. Now to talk about the detention center. The shift from a 5-2 or from a 4-2 to a 5-2 is not new. It's something that we've been negotiating for a year. The county did try to, our county leadership tried to instill that 4-2, try to cancel that 4-2 work schedule and move to a 5-2 work schedule without negotiating almost a year ago. We did try to negotiate. It was very evident from the several surveys that we did with our membership out there that they were not in support of that. I think most studies show that 4-2 work schedule is very healthy for work-life family balance. Also, it would lead
You have to wrap up.
yes, increased burnout. It is shameful that the county is now willfully breaking our contract, trying to yet again. This is the fourth time that they've instilled a
Christina.
date. Meanwhile, our leaders out there have to
Christina, I need you
continue
to wrap up.
their lives.
I need you to wrap up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Please, could we stop this and negotiate it as usual?
Perfect. Thank you.
Our next public forum speaker is Ivan Rodriguez.
What's the last one? I was like, I don't even know if there's, you can come up here.
Sorry about
It's
that,
good.
everybody. I'm standing in behalf of the CDC. And I'm here to talk about the 5-2 change. Let me see. The reason why I don't agree with it is because this is a place that is mentally and emotionally taxing. You know, there's a place where young people come in and they're troubled, they're disturbed, and it's up to us to make sure that they come out and they want to change their lives. Thank you. My bad. I don't do much public speaking.
All right, you probably got one more minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. But with the 5-2 change, I believe that it should remain the same for the 4-2 because we do need our breaks and we do need to make sure that we are standing at our best. Because if we are not standing at our best, then who's going to stand at their best for these children? I don't have much to say, but that's all I want to say. I hope everybody honors that. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
This concludes the public forum.
Great. Thank you all so much for being here. At this time, we'll recess the November 12th, 2025 meeting of the Monroe County Legislature, and we'll convene the Rochester Pure Waters District of the Pure Waters Administrative Board. Mr. Clerk, please note the attendance and read the first item on the agenda.
You have agenda item number 1, referral 25-0328, establishing scale of charges for Rochester Pure Waters District, County Sewer District of County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by Legislator Q Smith, second by Legislator Mafucci. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
You have agenda item number 2, referral 25-0328, providing that resolution entitled establishing scale of charges for Rochester Pure Waters District, County Sewer District of County of Monroe, New York, be tabled.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by Legislator Hugh Smith, second by Legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
They're both muted. Okay, any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb agenda item number 3, referral 25-0328, fixing public hearing for scale of charges for Rochester Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by Legislator Hugh Smith, second by Legislator Mafucci. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Okay, none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb agenda item number 4, referral 25-0328, establishing scale of charges for Gates Child Ogden Sewer District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, second by legislator Mafucci. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 5, Referral 25-0328, providing that resolution entitled Establishing Scale of Charges for Gates Charlie Ogden Sewer District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York, be tabled.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, second by legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 6, Referral 25-0328, fixing public hearing for scale of charges for Gates Charlie Ogden Sewer District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 7, Referral 25-0328, establishing scale of charges for Irondequoit Bay South Central Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 8, Referral 25-0328, providing that resolution entitled Establishing Scale of Charges for Irondequoit Bay South Central Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York, be tabled.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 9, Referral 25-0328, fixing public hearing for scale of charges for Irondequoit Bay South Central Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 10, Referral 25-0328, establishing scale of charges for Northwest Quadrant Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 11, Referral 25-0328, providing that resolution entitled Establishing Scale of Charges for Northwest Quadrant Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York, be tabled.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
PWeb Agenda Item Number 12, Referral 25-0328, fixing public hearing for scale of charges for Northwest Quadrant Pure Waters District, County Sewer District for County of Monroe, New York.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. We will now recess the Rochester Pure Waters District and adjourn the Pure Waters Administrative Board. I will now convene the November 12th, 2025 meeting, Monroe County Legislature. And we will now proceed with the consideration of local laws. Will the clerk please read the first item on the agenda?
Item Number 1, Referral 25-0301.LL, providing that local law entitled Authorizing Lease Amendment by Negotiation with Rochester Community Baseball to serve as county's marketing agent for stadium naming rights and an amendment to continue to provide Wi-Fi at stadium be lifted from the table.
Second.
Moved by legislator Barnhart, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to lift from the table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 2, referral 25-0301.LL, providing that local law entitled authorizing lease amendment by negotiation with Rochester Community Baseball to serve as county's marketing agent for stadium naming rights and an amendment to continue to provide Wi-Fi at stadium be adopted.
Second.
Moved by legislator Barnhart, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to adopt. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 3, referral 25-0380.LL, enact a local law opting not to establish a registration system for short-term rental units and requiring taxpayers to provide certain information on hotel room occupancy tax returns.
Second.
Moved by legislator Barnhart, seconded by legislator Baines. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
Item number 4, referral 25-0380.LL, providing that local law entitled enact a local law opting not to establish a registration system for short-term rental units and requiring taxpayers to provide certain information on hotel room occupancy tax returns be tabled.
Second.
Moved by legislator Barnhart, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 5, referral 25-0380.LL, fixing a public hearing on local law entitled enact a local law opting not to establish a registration system for short-term rental units and requiring taxpayers to provide certain information on hotel room occupancy tax returns.
Legislator Barnhart. Second.
Moved by legislator Barnhart, seconded by legislator Baines. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item. And we will now proceed with the consideration of motions, resolutions, and notices. Will the clerk read the next item on the agenda?
Item number 6, referral 25-0307, authorization to memorialize Titus Avenue in town of Arundecoit in honor of Dr. Joseph Carbone, former president of the Monroe County Legislature.
Second.
Second.
Moved by legislator Burgess, seconded by legislator Brew, Vasquez Simmons, Dondorfer, Colby, Milne, McCabe, even though that's over the number, McCabe. It's fine.
Everybody can second it.
Second it. There you go. Everyone.
I'm just trying to mark down names that I heard. I'll clean it up.
That works. So, any discussion? Yes, legislator Dondorfer.
Thank you, Madam President. I rise today to show my support for this resolution in memorializing Titus Avenue for Dr. Carbone, the former president of the Monroe County Legislature. First off, I'd like to start off by thanking Legislator Long for his assistance, as well as County Executive Fellow for his assistance in doing this. We're not renaming the road, although I'm sure that Dr. Carbone would love it if we did. We're simply installing 2 honorary signs along Titus Avenue in a place to be determined as we work with the DOT on final placement. Dr. Carbone's life was all of Arundecoit. For decades, he operated a medical practice right on Titus Avenue, where he cared for generations of Arundecoit families with compassion, dedication, and integrity. His office wasn't just a place of business, it was a place where neighbors were treated like family and where service was his way of life. When Dr. Carbone entered public service, he brought those same values to the chambers. Although sometimes controversial, he was still a fierce leader and a very strong person for his constituents. We lost a great person and a giant in this community way too soon, and this memorialization is both fitting and well-deserved, and these signs on Titus Avenue will stand as a permanent reminder of a man who devoted his life caring for others, first through his profession and then through his public service. So thank you for everybody involved.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I move that we consider items 7 through 19, so that's everything except the MOUs as a single item.
Second.
Moved by legislator Udelson, seconded by legislator Brew. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. We move on to number 20.
Item number 20, referrals 25-0327, confirming and adopting assessment roles of Pure Waters districts for 2026 and confirmation of and adoption of assessment roles.
Move it, Madam President.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
Item number 21, referral 25-0327, providing that resolution entitled confirming and adopting assessment roles of Pure Waters districts for 2026 be tabled.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 22, referral 25-0327, scheduling public hearings for assessment roles of Pure Waters districts for 2026 and confirmation of adoption of assessment roles.
Move it.
Second.
Moved by legislator Hugh Smith, seconded by legislator Mafucci. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 23, referral 25-0329, mortgage tax distribution.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Udelson, seconded by moved by legislator Mafucci, seconded by legislator Udelson. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 24, referral 25-0330, adoption of 2026 Monroe County budget and establishing 2026 classification, compensation, and salary schedule for Monroe County employees.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Mafucci, seconded by legislator Udelson. This is for introductory purposes only. Next item.
Item number 25, referral 25-0330, providing that resolution entitled Adoption of 2026 Monroe County Budget and Establishing 2026 Classification, Compensation, and Salary Schedule for Monroe County employees be tabled.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Mafucci, seconded by legislator Udelson. This is to table. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 26, referral 25-0330, fixing public hearing on county executives' proposed 2026 Monroe County budget.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Mafucci, second by legislator Udelson. This is to set a public hearing. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries.
Item number 27, referral 25-0379, authorizing agreements with New York State Energy Research and Development Authority for the payment of recurring obligation amounts ordered by New York State Public Service Commission.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Mafucci, seconded by legislator Udelson. Is there any discussion? Yes, my apologies. Yes, legislator DeFlorio.
Thank you. Through the president to the administration, can you first explain why this is coming to us as a matter of urgency?
Through the chair, this is Deputy County Attorney Miguel Munoz. These agreements were ordered by the New York State Public Service Commission to be executed before the end of the year.
Thank you. And I guess, and I believe, if I'm correct, that this is the first time we've seen an agreement like this come before this body.
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you. And can you, I guess, give us a little bit of background into why this is being ordered at this time? And what the recurring payment will be approximately on a monthly and yearly basis?
Through the president. So historically, the county, through the Energy Aggregation Group, EAG, has been paying for renewable energy certificates, RECs, for the last 9 years. But NYSERDA is now expanding the program to include more than just typical renewables, but hydroelectric. They're trying to expand that, bulk energy storage, and then some other initiatives that help renewables downstate. So as a result of that, this is more of just an administrative effort for them to have us formalize an agreement with them rather than just paying out of a certain percentage over the last few years like we have. And that amounted to about $1 million per year on average over the last 10 years.
And I guess through the president to the administration, when were you made aware that this agreement was coming this way?
Through the president, it was around August of this year.
Thank you. So I guess I'm a bit dismayed to hear that you've known about this since August, yet we're just getting this tonight as a matter of urgency and being asked to authorize an agreement that sounds like it's going to be approximately $1 million a year without having an opportunity to really look into what we're being asked to agree to.
So through the president, when we received this information from Fluent is our energy management firm, who actually is going to be up for renewal, and you'll see that in the package coming out now. They've had quite a few discussions, and I'll use the word discussions, with NYSERDA about the need to actually enter into this agreement since we've been paying these REC charges over the last 9 years. And it was determined through the law department that it's really a legal responsibility to do that. And that's why this is coming before this honorable body in such a time frame. But it doesn't change the process that we've been following. It's just kind of formalizing the legal agreement of it.
Thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Yes, Legislator McCabe. Yes, hand.
Through the president to the administration, what would happen if this fails?
Through the chair, the New York State Public Service Commission could pursue litigation against the county, and it could also strip the county of its authority to sell electricity as a load serving entity.
Follow up through the president to the administration. Hypothetically, if we table this for a month to gather some more information and do some more research on it, what would that do if we waited to vote on December 9th? Thank you. December 9th?
Through the chair, the Public Service Commission has ordered that the agreements be executed by November 20th.
But through the administration, you just told us it was the end of the year though. I mean, the story is changing as we go along. We're coming up with better answers or?
Through the chair, my apologies, Deputy County Attorney Miguel Munoz. That was a misstatement on my part.
I yield.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Legislator Hugh Smith, and I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Madam President. I understand, through you, Madam President, to the administration, you're gonna say,
Follow the rules.
Thank you, legislator.
I can't help it that I'm short. Through you, Madam President, President, to the administration, if we are selling energy as a load serving entity, how much revenue are we generating from selling that energy?
Through the president, $0. The intent of the EAG, the Energy Aggregation Group, is to be able to buy or purchase wholesale energy in bulk, and then through cooperative agreements with other municipalities in Monroe County, pass those savings on to those other municipalities. So there are no fees or any other profit collected by the county for this.
So through you, Madam President, to the administration, is the Public Service Commission now reclassifying us as a load serving entity that they are charging us this fee?
Through the president, no, we've always been a what's called a direct customer that has received approval from the PSC to provide this service since 2021. 2001, I'm sorry, excuse me. So this has been ongoing, and this honorable body's been approving contracts with municipalities to provide those services, and also contracts with Fluent to act on our behalf as an agent with NISO and the PSC. So this has been an ongoing process for a long period of time. And again, the NYSERDA and the PSC are just kind of formalizing the need to have an agreement in place for something we've been doing for the last at least 9 years.
Thank you. Through you, Madam President, to the administration, presumably there is a financial advantage to the county if we're involved in cooperatively purchasing energy on behalf of all these entities. Do you have a quantification? Are we purchasing energy in bulk on behalf for natural gas and electricity on behalf of all of these entities? And through that bulk purchasing power, are we saving money for the county and for the other entities in the cooperative?
Through the president, yes, that would be the case. So in order for us to buy power from NISO on a wholesale basis, we've established this direct customer relationship, and then provide power then to municipalities across Monroe County, including ourselves. And on average, we've been saving about 6 to 10%. of energy costs by not buying energy directly from either ESCO or RG&E.
Thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Legislator Colby, and then I'll come back to you. Legislator Dan.
Through you, Madam President, is this a one-year agreement or is this a contract that's gonna lock us in for a few years, or will we see this every year?
Through the chair, Deputy County Attorney Miguel Munoz, the agreements will remain in effect until NYSERDA's obligations under its obligations with the Public Service Commission have expired or been terminated. So they would be continuing.
Definitely.
Going forward then, through you, Madam Chair or Madam President, is there a escape clause if we decide later that we don't want to participate in this anymore and spend $1 million on renewable stuff?
Through the chair, so long as the county is a load serving entity, it is obligated to pay these amounts.
So through you, Madam President, has the dollar amount been determined what it's going to be on a yearly basis, or can they just come up with a dollar amount and we have to live with it? And so we're signing a blank check to them. Essentially is what you're telling me.
Through the president, the energy aggregation group is paying these RACs, but every single customer that has an account with RG&E is also paying these fees. They're just included in your bill. The energy aggregation group is getting direct RACs from the NYSERDA because we are a wholesale entity. But you on your RG&E bill would get this charge also.
So this is one of the hidden taxes that our state government is putting on our electric bills, essentially, through you, Madam President. Is that a correct statement? And my understanding through the Madam President that RG&E cannot show that amount because they barred from doing that by state law. So I leave the floor.
Okay, thank you. Legislator Baines.
We have a failure to communicate here. Madam President, the administration. By the subject line and transmittal, like I said, this is our recurring obligation about for that New York State Public
Isn't it? In fact, sorry, I'm loud, but I had my microphone on there. Did you turn it off, Mafucci? It's an April Fool's, so, yeah. Aren't we just paying the bill? Is that too plain language, for people? Aren't we paying the bill for energy that we contracted? It looks, through you, Madam President, it looks to me like the letter's saying that they're forcing us to do something and bullying us. But is that not, in fact, the opposite of what's happening? We've agreed to purchase and aggregate this energy and we're paying the bill?
Through the president, yeah, we've had the energy aggregation group for years. We have never had to sign an agreement before. The Public Service Commission is asking us to sign this agreement now. Fluent has argued with the Public Service Commission about the necessity of doing this because it does seem we haven't had to do it before. So yes, we get the bill from NYSERDA, we pay it, and that's the end of the story. And then it is billed out to all the energy aggregation group members. So it's not like the county is paying that bill. Every member of the group is contributing to the bill.
Thank you for that very clear response. And through you, Madam President, in the referral or transmittal letter, it says 16 towns and villages, 2 school districts, 2 fire districts, the Water Authority, and the Genesee Regional Transit Authority are our partners in this purchasing. Could you name, since we're all here representing either a town or the city, could you name some of the towns that are our partners in receiving this discounted energy, please?
Through the president, towns of Brighton, Shiloh, Gates, Breese, Hamlin, Aronicoit, Ogden, Barrington, Riga, Webster, Wheatland, villages of Churchville, Fairport, gas only because they supply their own electric. Hilton, Pittsford, Scottsville, Webster, the Bushnell Basin Fire Association, Brighton Fire District, Gates, Shiloh, Ogden, Gates, Shiloh Central School District, Rochester City School District, Water Authority, and Regional Transit.
Those are, through you, Madam President, those are some outstanding towns and villages.
Yeah.
And so through you, Madam President, to the administration. Back in 2001, when we started this program, and I'm not sure we have anybody here who was around then. I was around, but not in this room. Did the legislature agree to this configuration of aggregate purchasing? Even though we didn't sign this agreement every year, we agreed to the program at that time? Through you, Madam President.
Through the president, yes, this came to this honorable body and legislation was approved and a resolution was made. I'd have to look up what that number is and we can get that to you.
Actually, Madam President, I'd like to explain my vote. You don't need to get me that number. It seems to me that, explaining my vote, that government has been accused of not collaborating. Government has been accused of operating in a very siloed way. And here we have a program where we're purchasing energy and our partners are all kicking in their share. Because we're doing it in aggregate, we're getting a discount. And so as a result, I'm enthusiastically voting yes on a program that's saving money and doing what the people want. I yield. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Legislator DeFlorio.
And I thank you for this discussion and clarifying this referral. 2 other quick questions. Can we get a list of those municipalities so that we have that to refer back to? And the second question is going forward, if a town, school district, village, et cetera, wanted to get in on this aggregate, is it available to join? Thank you.
Through the president, yes to both answers. We'll get you a list and a reminder that we will be back next month for the approval of Fluent. So I'll get to that list before that point. And yes, so for instance, Gates Chi School District reached out to us to join. We've gotten reached out from Town of Greece. So a number of agencies do that. And we've discussed whether we go into an active marketing campaign, just trying to get folks involved, but it's there. Any town that's not participating can do so.
Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, I just keep seeing hands going up. Are we just ready to vote? Okay, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Item number 28, referral 25-0381, confirming appointment to the County of Monroe Industrial Development Agency.
Move it.
Moved by legislator Mafucci, second by legislator Udelson and Bonnet.
Got it.
Any discussion? No? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. That is it. There being no unfinished business. Legislator Udelson.
Madam President, I move we stand adjourned until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, December 9th.
All right. Meeting adjourned.